What's good with it? In the hood with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips. Yeah, we're slipped in. We're about to get it in. Before we even get into the story of today, hit that like and subscribe button. Immediately make sure that you hit that notification bell, put it on all, so that way you're abreasted of all the dope content I'm bringing all week long. I got a whole lot of more for you this week. A whole lot of more. Now trip out. In the Menudo style direct fashion, you guys see the thumbnail, so you know what we're talking about. We're talking about gym living. Nobody likes it. Well, I don't know. It's all right? Let's talk about prison and gym living, man, in the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitations. They added the rehabilitations for money purposes, but we'll get into that in a different spill. Now, when it comes to the CDC, the California Department of Corrections, there's a lot of places they could place you, Holmes. They could put you in a cell, or you can hit a level 1 or 2 yard. You can get your McFarlandization on. You can go to McFarland, a level 1, or a camp, or whatever, man. But depending upon how active you are and what mix you're involved in, kind of depends on where you go. Your age, everything comes into factor with the point system, right? Everything is based off of a point system. Where you've been, who you've been, how you done it, where you done it to, all that counts. And in reception, they're going to decide exactly what level you're placed at. Now, of course, if you got a murder or a notorious ass case, man, you're probably going to get level 4 points. You know, especially if you're young, been in the youth authority, everything factors in, man. I don't know how they use the metric system to do it, but they do it, right? And they place you wherever the fuck you're going to go. Now, depending upon where you go and your attitude towards that yarda, well, that's going to dictate everything, homie. Let me tell you right now, me, myself, personally, 4s and 3 yards were my thing. That's where I was always placed. Based on the activities I was putting in work, the county jails I was coming from, all the functioning I was doing, everything that I was doing at that point in time in my life is what dictated my program. I sure wish I would have hit a level 1 or level 2 yard, but that wasn't in the cards for me, I never got that. So I wanted to talk about level 3. It's prison hell, man. Gym living. It's not for everybody. You know, some people can adapt to it, and it is what it is. Wherever they place you, Humps, you got to roll with the punches. You have no choice. But for the most part, a lot of people don't like that. Everybody would like to live cell living. Cell living is the shit, especially if you can get a single cell status. Now that's the one right there, right? Because you got your little tool, your TV, put your little posters up, your little pictures, your Jet magazine picture. Yeah, the wind blows. You know what I mean? Lori London hit one time. And you do whatever you do, right? But for the most part, homes, you're going to get a cellie. Now, depending upon who your cellie is totally not up to you. There are some ways you can work shit if you got a little juice. If you've been around a little bit, man, you can get your homeboy moved into the cell, then everything is good. But even then, it might not be as good as you think it is because motherfuckers get tired of each other. So I wanted to tell you about my first time gym living and exactly what happened. Now, I had a lot of homeboys from Merced on this particular yard in Jamestown, right? And I thought it was all smooth, homes. It was easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Everything was good. Every time we went to that yard, man, met up with the homeboys. We'd walk that track. We'd work out. We'd reminisce. Kick on back. Ain't nothing like having a lot of homeboys from your barrio or from your area, your town, your city, and coming together like butt cheeks, man. Everything is good, right? And that's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Everything was going to be good. But all the homeboys, it seemed, they were in the gym, right? Now, at this particular prison, it was a level 3 yard, man, and I had a cell. I had an old viejito as my cellie. He was an OG, straight up throwback from way back, a dinosaur, been locked up for like 50 plus years. Vato wasn't going nowhere and didn't care about going anywhere. As far as he went was to them dip bars to get his back arm on. And that was it, man. Good ass dude. But I remember being placed in his cell and I kind of was like, oh shit, I don't even know what to say around this dude because this guy had been down so long, and you respect people that have put in that work. You respect people that have been around the block in the 6'4" on flat tires. You gotta show them some level of respect because that's their chante, homes. That's their pad. You know, that's all they have. So you respect it if you're not doing much time like I wasn't. And you just roll with the punches anyway. So with good celly, homie, he laced me up on a lot of stuff. We used to reminisce in the cell. I'd tell him about DVD players and shit like that. Remember DVD players? Okay, well, this was back then. He didn't even know what a DVD player was. The Vato was illiterate to the game of the streets nowadays, but was telling me a lot about back in the days. And a lot of that correlated with what I was thinking. Man, I had an old soul. So he was a smooth character that was smooth with the purpose, and I fucked with them. Anyways, quick story about him, man. Let me get off track just for a minute. You know what I mean? Since we're telling stories. I remember one day we're in the cell, man, and this guy gets up. And, you know, we get up, first thing we do, man, work out a little bit, start cleaning up our cell, securing what we had to secure. Everything was going to be everything. This OG was with the business, definitely with the business. his status, all that. I can't really speak on. I'll just say that he was with the program. So he's cleaning up. We're cleaning up. You know what I mean? I'm doing the sink, you know, trying to make that motherfucker shine. He's waxing the floor. It was our everyday routine. We didn't talk much in the mornings. He had his little coffee. You know what I mean? I had my little fresh breath of air. ¿Sabes qué? Minus the caca that, you know, he just did in the toilet. But everything was good. But this vato, it was a different type of day, man. He's taking out his fucking nice state pants that he has creased up under his bunk, and he's getting his little camisa together, his little shirt, and he's going somewhere, and it's not visiting day. It's like a Monday. So I'm wondering, what the hell's going on today? Guard, what the fuck's going on today? Didn't understand. So this vato jams wherever he goes. Bam. Line movement. I go out to the yard, kick it with the homies from the town, work out a little bit. Regular day in prison, man. Most of the time in prison ain't not really popping. It's a lot of boredom, a lot of the same old he said, she said, a lot of the drama that's happening on the yard, and everyone minding their own fucking business before that business reminds you, right? It's how it's supposed to be. A little functioning going on. So this vato comes back about noontime. He's been gone for a few hours. I'm chilling in the cell. Door pops. He walks in. He starts folding up his shirt, hanging it up, you know, on his little makeshift hanger and doing his little thing. And I'm like, damn, should I ask this vato something? You know what I mean? Where was he, eh? Because he said, I need to know what's going on. Or did you tell on me? So I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? Are you good? He goes, oh, yeah, I'm good. He's like, you want to go out to the yard and do some dips? I'm like, yeah. You know, afternoon yard. But whop it, Holmes. You know what I mean? What happened? And where were you, eh? You know, Sasuke, you're starting to make me feel a little agitated here. And he was like, oh, I went to board, Holmes. Yeah, they shot me down 15 years. It's cool, though. Don't trip. You know what I mean? I'm used to it. That man, just like that, they shot him down 15 years. Now, anyone that knows about going to board, nowadays they'll shoot you the low, the medium, the maximum, right? They shot him down the medium, man. They shot him down 15. Like it wasn't no thing. He took it like a champ. Let's go out there. You grabbed his little orange, started to peel it, waited on yard. I could only imagine what he was going through as a lifer. I could only imagine being that close to freedom, man, after so many years, and it just snatched away from you. I guess they felt that he wasn't ready yet. I guess his activities and the way he was conducting his program just wasn't good enough for him to get a second chance on them streets. It's a cold game, man. And there's so many gente that go through that every day. Raza, Africanos, Woods, brother. Everybody goes through that. It's a fucked up game, man, but it's part of life, right? So anyways, I remember going out there chilling with the homeboys, and one of the homeboys was trying to get me pulled into the gym. He's like, hey, I got juice. If I can get you in the gym, are you willing to get up out of the cells? Now, usually it's reverse. Everyone's trying to go from the gym to the cells, right? Ain't no one fucking trying to go to the fucking cells to the gym. Come on, what? Stop it, right? But I was like, yeah, I'm trying to go over there so I could chill with the homeboys. You know what I mean? I felt these were the homeboys that I kicked it with every day. They were all up in there. I was like, man, I can get tatted down. I can fucking chill with the camarada. It's all good. Well, this is my first experience, my first day in the gym. Gym living is hell, right? So I ain't even gonna lie to you guys. I had me a little batch of Pruno bubbling, right? That motherfucker was bubbling too. I threw the kicker in. That motherfucker, you know when you hit it with the kicker? For those of you that know, it goes zzz. Got to burp it a little bit. I had a little burper on it. It was starting to go, and I had it wrapped. It was a big bag, Holmes, and I had double bagged, and I had it tied up in shirts to keep it warm. One thing about Pruno is you want to keep it warm so that way it stays sizzling, right? So I had it going. So bam, knock at my door. The black is like, hey, roll it up. You're going to the gym. My celly's looking at me like, Baboso, you want to go to the gym? What about I said, don't trip. I'll bring you some Pruno out to the yard. I got you, homie. You know what I'm saying? So I was okay, you never know. He's like, all right, cool. Because he had kicked in on it. You know, that's how usually you and your celly do. Everyone kicks in on it. And this shit was bomb, right? It was about to be fired. The homie had taught me how to make some bomb. So anyways, I put it in my laundry, wrap it up in my laundry bag, man. I got all my property. Boom. They mobbed me across the street, right? Well, not across the street, but across the yard. Bam, to the gym. I remember walking in there. Everyone's looking. You know what I mean? Like, this ain't that Bad Boys movie, homie. You're not spitting in my face. But I know a lot of the homeboys, like I said, all my camaradas were in there, all my taitas. So I'm like, what's up, homies? What's up? I'm here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Right? They're all happy. Hey, the homie's here. I know a lot of people from the yard, right? But it's just like anything. You could be on the yard and everything's cool. But then when you get to the building, motherfuckers want to mean mug and act like they just didn't see you 20 minutes ago doing dips, right? Come on now. Stop it. You better save that old gangster ass active shit for someone that cares, right? So anyways, I get in there immediately, Holmes. I tell them, hey, can I get a bucket? Is there any bucket? So one of the homeboys gets a bucket out of the fucking cleaning closet. I slap my Pruno in there, throw it in my big ass locker. You get these big ass lockers, right? Slap it up in my locker, pile all kinds of laundry on it, fold shit, try to make it smooth. But you can smell the liquor, man, if you're close. If you're not that close, you can't, right? So this is my first day, mind you. There's some fat chick walking around the CO. She's kind of mean mugging me. She's like, I don't know how you got moved here or why you would want to get moved here, but it is what it is. The homie says, don't trip, girl. You know what I mean? He's a good homie, man. He's cool. She says, as long as it's respectful, man, and you just do your program, we're not going to have no issues. She was the sergeant of the building. So I'm like, nah, man, it's just going to be good in the hood. So I'm all happy and playing spades with the homies, whatever. Yard time comes, right? So I make sure my pruno's secure. I'm going to yard. Well, it just happened to be that this day on the yard, there was a posting on one of the flagpoles. And on one of the flagpoles or the light poles, it had my name on it. I got a package, right? Pura, 10-5 a key. Can't go wrong. I hit a package. Well, my headphone didn't even say she was going to send me a package. Hey, I'm all happy, right? Wasn't too much, but it was just enough. So, bam, I go up there to get my package. I'm throwing sopas in my laundry bag. I'm throwing all kinds of shit. I had to have the homeboy. He had to run and go get his laundry bag, so I could use it. My bad, I just ate some toast. Right, so he had to get some laundry bag. For me, bam, I use it, bam. Anyways, I go in there, get my canteen or my fucking package. I'm thinking, I'm just going to take it and throw it up in my locker real quick. So as I'm going, the homie's like, just run up in there in the building, homes. Throw it on the fucking bunk. Ain't no one's going to touch it. Nah, Charlie, homie. So that's gay. You see the way the Africana brother was looking at my package? That fool was eye fucking the shit out of my honey bun. Hell nah, right? I'm going to throw this in my locker. Well, there's not a tower, but it's a big old cage up across the top. Now, this is the gym in Jamestown, so I don't know how, anyone else's gym was constructed, but so there's a chick up there too. Damn, a whole gaggle of chicks, right? Watching a whole bunch of men. So that's gay. You know what they were trying to see? She got me swinging, right? They're on it. So as I go to run in to throw my fucking package in my locker, the chick alerts the sergeant. She's like, hey, he just threw something in his locker. Yeah, bitch, sopas, some honey buns, and 2 deodorants, and a thing of Folgers. Even though I don't drink coffee, it's collateral, right? So she's like, hey, let me see what you got in your locker. Oh, shit, right? As soon as she opens my locker, she's like, back up, bitch, right? So she starts to search my shit. Oh, looky, can I have some? What do we have here? She pulls out the biggest bolsita of power she ever pulled out, right? Felt like a fucking Power Force episode, and I'm Tommy. She pulls that motherfucker out, and she's like, damn, you can hear that motherfucker zzz. Everyone's like, damn, man, that one was caught up. First day, they're like, fucking bum, bringing all this bad, negative attention over here. The homies are looking at me like, you're gonna get DP'd, right? I'm like, fuck, hey, right? Bam, they snatch up that big-ass bolsita. She takes it to the shower area. She just dumps it. Smells like prune in there. Vatos are walking by. White boys are walking by. There sure is a whole lot of white lightning, brother. Right? Natives are fucking trying to lick the ground because they're like, fuck, eh? You know what I mean? Oh. It's just, they're about to have a powwow. It's just going crazy, right? So she snatches me up. You're going to go to the hole. I'm going to write you up. You're out of here. My homeboy fucking, luckily he goes up and speaks for me. Hey, man, check it out. It's not okay the way it works, right? The homie's just trying to get by. So I do a lot of explaining and a whole lot of self-telling on myself. Yeah, it was mine. I admit it. Well, no dumb motherfuckers in your locker. Besides, gay, I could be a badass and say, fuck you. Me vida loca and go to the hole and fight it. But anyways, I took that one on the chin. That was my first experience in the gym. I'm in the gym. Now, let me tell you about the gym, man. The gym sucks, eh? A lot of people that have done gym time, and when I say gym, okay, what happened is back in the days, California got too overcrowded. The California Department of Corrections is so overcrowded that they put bunks in the gym. They tore down basically the inside of the gym and reconstructed it to triple bunks so they could fit another 100, 150 people up in this motherfucker, right? You're crowded. The aisles are small. You're smelling caca and pedo all day long. It just ain't cool, man. It's different from your regular, I guess, dorm living settings where it's single bunks or maybe even double bunks. This is triple. You bump your head if you're in the middle. No one wants to be in the middle. The top is the one because the bottom is like a cave. But Sasuke, the only thing about the bottom is you can drop the little shack and Sasuke can get your ejaculation on, right? So it's cool in some aspects, but there's always something going on in the gym. Now, if you're the type of guy like I am myself that likes to wiggle, man, that likes to move around, see what's popping, then I guess gym living is cool. But for the most part, man, most people don't like it, especially if you're a lifer, you got a lot of time, because there are lifers, regardless of what you think on 3 yards, man. They're sitting there, it's like an overflow, it's like a 4/3. They do go, their points get dropped eventually. So anyways, most guys in the gym got jobs, so you're not in there all day. It's all right, there's a lot of tattooing going on, a lot of whatever. And anything that fucking hits in there, man, the whole gym's popping, everyone's fucking, it's like a big old party. And the placas ain't really stressing off it because most guys that are in the gym are minimum or they're doing a little bit of time. So it ain't really like these fucking vatos are going to stab each other every day. It does happen, but not every day, right? So anyways, I was getting tired of it. I was getting tired of the gym, but I'm not going to lie, man. Something had went on in that situation where a placa had got knocked and everything was good. So there was a lot of everything going on in this gym, right? I don't want to say too much, but let's just say it was cracking in there. It was popping. And that Hey, it got to the point where motherfuckers from, they were always at the gym window like, hey, fool, what'd you guys hit for? Because they knew that it was hitting in that motherfucker, right? So it got to the point where we used to chill, just kick back, and there was a plaque in there, right? And I've kind of told this story, I'm going to go a little deeper. There was a plaque in there that, he was doing his thing. Let's just say that. He was doing his thing, and he only fucked with very few. There was a few of us privy to know who he was and what was going on. Cell phones were starting to pop, man, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know what I mean? Little coke never hurt nobody. Well, there was this one cat from Salinas that came in, okay? And he was a little sketchy looking, man. A little off-brandish, a little Jake Caddish, right? He just didn't strike me as the typical homeboy from Salas. I've met a lot of homeboys from Salinas, and a lot of the homeboys from Salas are fucking stand-up dudes, respectful. They just got that flavor, that northern flavor. You could just tell, homes. They're Salinas born and bred. This Vato didn't strike me as that. He struck me as a Vato from fucking the outskirts, right? But he comes in and he sees me and the homeboy Chino from Sakura. We got a phone. We're doing our thing, right? So somehow, some way, he was happen to see that shit. And this is one thing about the gym. It's hard to hide anything because all eyes, everyone's looking everywhere. There could be some Vato way on the other side like a fucking lion in the Congo just watching. Oh, was that right? Norteños are hitting like that, huh? Okay. All right, have you seen these Vatos over there, Essa? Right? It could be like that. But everyone's respectful. Everyone's on point. So anyways, this Vato hits me and the homeboy Chino up. He's like, hey, bro. He's like, hey, can I use your phone, eh? And I remember the way he talked. I just wanted to fucking sock him, right? And I was like, what phone? Right? The one you were on just a little while ago, eh? I wasn't on no phone, puto. That was make-believe, right? You're imagining shit, right? He's like, hey, Holmes. You know what I mean? Come on, man. I'm a homie and shit. Yeah. Hey, it's me, man. It's me, Pac-Man. I'm a homegirl, man. I was like, I don't give a fuck, Holmes. What you are, right? That's not the way it goes down. You need to conduct. You need to write a wheel or something, right? You need to get at me in a certain fashion. And it's not my phone anyway, so I can't tell you what I can. The homie Chino's like, fuck this dude, right? This dude, the police, right? So I'm like, nah, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. So he's like, okay, you motherfuckers want to play hardball, eh? Well, I know how to pitch too. So I'm gonna get my Roger Clemens on. So he did get his pitch on. He fucking twirled his arm and he threw a fucking kite to a black guy, right? These northerners got fucking cell phones, they got drugs, they got oh my, right? Well, guess what? Like a poop butt in a babosa that he was, he hands the fucking note, the kite, right? He dropped the 602, 1090 Jake, right? Kite to the black guy that was bringing the shit. Ah, man. Sometimes this shit's funny, right? Man. So it makes you wonder, huh? So this motherfucker has the kite. So the black calls a few of us. He's like, hey, man, Vato needs to go, right? Needless to say, he went. And he went hardcore. And to which he out not returned, right? He's gone. Now he didn't die or nothing like that. He just got beat up a little bit from the feet up. Poked a little on something, a little sound. Anyways, the Vato was gone out of there. That's part of gym living, man. It's not the greatest thing. But I've lived everywhere. I've lived in the cells. I've lived in the gyms. Like I said, never been in 1 or 2 yards. But I also lived in bunks outside. So they have like fucking the day room. They got bunks in the day room. I said, straight up. Vatos are sitting there eating sopitas, watching TV, and your fucking bunk is right there. You're reading a newspaper like, fuck, eh? You know what I mean? No privacy. Everyone from their cells looking at you like, hey, look at that balls. He's over there trying to jack off his shit, eh? You know what I mean? You can't do nada around this camp. It's an ugly situation. God forbid you go try to jack off in the shower. Homies is going to be mad about that. They ain't trying to clean Meckles up. It's just an ugly situation. All I know is gym living is a prison hell, if you can't adapt to it. Once you get used to it, I guess it's all right. There's a lot going on in there, man, that I can't speak or spoke on. But I will say that for me, in my personal experience, man, from day one, it was a bum shit. It was some bum shit. And the last day was some bum shit. When there's a lot going on, it's easy to get caught up in the mix. I advise a lot of people, man, don't get caught up in the gambling, the drugs, the anything like that, man. They're thinking you're cool because in prison, man, that doesn't work out for you quite well. You hear a lot of stories, a lot of different channels talking about it. Those are the things that are impactful the most and get you caught up. But hey, these fucking Vatos, when it's all around you, Holmes, you have no choice. I see you're bored. That's just the way it is. Anyways, with that being said, anyone who's ever did any time gym living can tell you sometimes it's cool, sometimes it ain't. For me, it wasn't a great experience. It's not somewhere I ever wanted. I don't want to go to jail, period. That's just straight up. Kill me before you send me back to jail. Facts. But if I have to go, I have to go. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. I hope that you enjoy these stories because they're actual and they're factual and they're true. Maybe we'll get a little bit more in depth on what actually happened to that dude and how the whole movida went down. I don't know. Just depends how I feel one day. But until then, man, I appreciate all the respect, all the support. Let's continue to keep this channel growing. And you already know what it is. This is The Gun, gente. Bang, bang. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, Heavy's going to be the head that weighs this Raiders crown. We lost to the Steelers, I said? To the Steelers, eh? Well, the fuck you, Derek Carr. Wait up. He plays for the Saints. Fuck you, Jimmy G. The gun. Bang, bang.